What we rocking today? The shorts, the shoes, the crappy cheap shoes. I'm gonna eventually look at the bootite. Wow. Yeah. Anyways, I have a rash because I'm sleeping in the basement right now, a makeshift room, and there's a lot of dust. So, and I have sensitive. I'm like I can't even sleep under ceiling fans without getting like reactions, which is weird. But anyways. You already know who it is, you already know what it is, what it do. I'm walking outside in nature, breathing oxygen. Anyways, look at them fall leaves or whatever. This is gorgeous, gorgeous. Excuse me. Anyways, it's your boy. Alright, anyways, so I reviewed, I'm gonna review, Joyride. It was a good movie, but there's nothing that really, like, popped, so I can't really, like, no offense, I'm not really gonna shout out, I should shout out the actors and things like that, but this isn't, like, this is Midnight Runs, we call it like it is. This movie was good, but not very memorable. I mean, it was very for the marketing I seen, which could have been better. The advertisement could have been better. This movie was not that funny. Oh yeah, we're getting right into it. This movie was not that funny, but it was relatable if you're mixed race or you understand mixed race things. Like I am a Haitian American, but I'm really like born in America, but I'm full-blooded Haitian. And I grew up with a school of 50 different races, 60-something different languages. So I'm very accustomed and used to, just multicultural diversity. It's very normal to me. So seeing white America was strange as I like got out of high school, but it's fine. It is what it is. Okay. But anyways, I'm accustomed to diversity. So like a lot of the jokes were, it was like one of the jokes was like because a lot of old foreign people or just a lot of old people are racist. Obviously, they just are. Like I'm talking about 80s, 60s, because they were from a different generation that where racism, sexism was okay. So like there's like a scene when they're like where one of the characters she's like stop being racist. Like they're all joking around. She's like stop being racist because they are. That's like the undertone. Like, they're just casually saying all this racist stuff, and, like, it was, like, flying under the radar, and she, like, called it out, which is very funny and very relatable, very true, or just different scenes where they're poking jokes at each other or things like that. And there's a lot of quick and visible jokes that, like, really fly under the table if you don't know what you're peeking at. I think the directing in itself was good. So I'm gonna look her up, the director. But like the cast was nothing special. No one brought any extraordinary or a special performance. And I want to keep this review light because I want to see. Ideally, I want to keep it under 5 minutes because there ain't nothing special about this movie. But it was fun and it was enjoyable to watch. Especially if I imagine if you're from Asian culture, but I'm not from the Asian culture. I enjoyed it, but you can just see the fingerprints of Seth Rogan on this, which was whack. Seth Rogan is funny in his own way, but they try to make, there's too much Seth Rogan, producing hands on this movie. They should have just let, the director be as funny and organic as they want, because I feel like a lot of the jokes or just the scenes in this were so Seth Rogan because Seth Rogan doesn't have fun, interesting scenes. He just has Seth Rogan comedy, and I feel like they try to format this Asian comedy that should have been organic into a lot of Seth Rogan scenes of just the actors basically creating their own comedy, which is like what Will Ferrell does, which is what Adam Sandler does, which is not what these young actors had the chops for, with all due respect. And the director did, I think, a very good job of making this movie watchable and enjoyable. But overall, the fingerprints of Seth Rogan on this kind of really, it did kill it. It killed it. Um, it made this movie not like a notch or 3 or even 5 or 6 if you really want to go there above, because Seth Rogen just too much in this. You could just tell some of the scenes were flat, and the acting and the dialogue should have carried it, but it didn't, unfortunately. So, but honestly, this movie is fun. It was enjoyable, and really, it was just diverse. You don't get a lot of diversity in the movies, which is very nice. But it's still very American. It's still very non-organic. The scenes were safe. The scenes were lackluster. Almost every single scene was lackluster, not interesting. Even the plot itself, the way the sequences carried, was not engaging at all. But I can't say this movie is bad, because I feel like the director did a good enough job where she worked with what she had. So I'm gonna look. I think it was like one director or two directors, but I think that's what made this movie really let me see. But yeah, I think that's what made this movie like really fun for me. What's it called? And this was a movie I wanted to watch. And they were touting it as the next Hangover. And I was, no. Hangover wasn't even that great. But it was very wacky, you know? And again, they had Zach Galifianakis who carried. They had stinking Bradley Cooper, who's like an A-lister. Without even trying, he's an A-lister. He's like Randy Orton. He got the gift of the gab. You know what I'm saying? The gift of the gab. I guess I'll shout out the actor's name because it's here. It was Ashley Park, Stephanie Hassoun, Hsu, Cherry Cole, Sabrina Wu, who I thought was attractive. And then you had Chris Pang, Desmond Chime. So there's your directors if you care about that, or the actors. Nothing popped off the page, but Adele Lim. Hey, she's kind of attractive. Oh, she's pretty attractive, by the way. I just gotta. Oh my. Anyways. You could tell Adele Lim has good acting. She's a good director. She has like some serious talent. So I'm just gonna put some respect on her name, that she has like actual skill, actual chops. Yeah, Adele Lim. Yeah, I think to me that's the standout of this, because you could tell in the areas that they let her really not be Seth Rogen's format copycat. She excelled in, and they were interesting. And she's a female director, so it's really, really good on all fronts. And I will just the hallmark of this is really just Adele Lim's directing, and she has this a really good natural style of directing that you could tell is different from just a lot of other movies. And I feel like that's the reason this movie didn't completely bomb, is because the director saved it. But this movie should have been a flop and a bomb, and it should be bad, but it is good, just barely. What's the name of it? Joyride, yeah. I would recommend. Yeah, go watch it. It's fun enough.